Observan este río fluyendo suavemente. Oyen el susurro de las hojas, unidas por el viento. Oyen los pájaros. Oyen las ranas de árbol. En la distancia oyen una vaca. Perciben la hierba. El barro cede un poco en la ribera del río. Reina el silencio, la paz. Y de pronto, algo cambia en su interior. Es como respirar profundamente y decir: oh, sí, lo vi.
You know, when you look at the history of humanity, it's basically this relationship between the two most complicated systems on Earth, human society and nature, and whether people have, in fact, lived in a good balance in that regard. And when they don't, they're gone. And, you know, at the end of the day, when we all talk about saving the environment, in a way it's misstated, because the environment is going to survive. We're the ones who may not survive, or we may survive in a world that we don't particularly want to live in.
Our biosphere is sick. We have a planet that's behaving like an infected organism. If you look at it from outer space, you see all these lights, and it's the lights of planet Earth, it's the lights of the people, but it's also almost like looking at an organism that has an infection on it, that is forming a crust of some kind.
Well, I don't only think that the biosphere is in trouble. I know it is. I just have to look around in the environment in which I live.
What I hear in my dreams is generations in the future screaming back to us in time, saying, "What are you doing? Don't you see? We are at this critical point in time, and we've evolved to be the leaders of our biological community, and we are misleading. We are causing the devastation to our very foundation of our life system that has given us birth, and we are ultimately committing suicide."
So as we destroy nature, we will be destroyed in the process. There's no escaping that conclusion.
From this distant vantage point, the Earth might not seem of any particular interest. But for us, it's different. Consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on the mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds. Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe, are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit? Yes. Settle? Not yet. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand. It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known.
De lo que nos crea problemas no es lo que no sabemos, es lo que sabemos con certeza, y no es así. Aunque les cueste creerlo, es un concepto importante porque en la actualidad mucha gente está convencida, mantiene el supuesto de que el calentamiento global es una invención. La suposición es la siguiente: la Tierra es tan enorme que no podemos provocar un impacto dañino y duradero en el medio ambiente de la Tierra. Y tal vez eso fuera cierto hace tiempo, pero ya no lo es, y una de las razones de que no lo sea es que la parte más vulnerable del sistema ecológico de la Tierra es la atmósfera. Vulnerable porque es muy fina. Mi amigo el fallecido Carl Sagan decía que si tienes una gran esfera con una capa de barniz, el grosor de dicho barniz con relación a la esfera es prácticamente el mismo que el grosor de la atmósfera terrestre comparada con la Tierra. Y por lo visto es tan fina que somos capaces de cambiar su composición. Eso da pie a la discusión del calentamiento global. No voy a dedicarle mucho tiempo porque todos ustedes lo conocen muy bien. Las radiaciones del Sol entran en forma de ondas luminosas que calientan la Tierra. Parte de la radiación que es absorbida y calienta la Tierra es irradiada de nuevo al espacio en forma de radiaciones de infrarrojos. Algunas de las radiaciones de infrarrojos que salen se ven atrapadas por esta capa de la atmósfera y se quedan en el interior de la misma. Y eso es positivo, porque mantiene las temperaturas de la Tierra dentro de ciertos límites, unas temperaturas relativamente constantes y soportables. Pero el problema es que esta fina capa de la atmósfera ha aumentado de grosor debido a la contaminación, que causa el calentamiento global que estamos provocando. Y esto provoca un aumento del grosor de la capa de atmósfera y una mayor cantidad de infrarrojos queda atrapada. y la atmósfera se calienta a nivel global. Eso es el calentamiento.
One can see from space how the human race has changed the Earth. Nearly all the available land has been cleared of forest and is now used for agriculture or urban development. The polar ice caps are shrinking and the desert areas are increasing. At night, the Earth is no longer dark, but large areas are lit up. All this is evidence that human exploitation of the planet is reaching a critical limit, but human demands and expectations are ever increasing. We cannot continue to pollute the atmosphere, poison the ocean, and exhaust the land